What's up, everybody? I figured what I'd do. I got a poofy jacket on. Just working on finishing this piece. It's a little different, funky piece for me. This was a knot coming off this little cedar tree, and this was like a big branch coming off of it and stuff. Never really done one like this. When we get done, I'll move the camera a little closer so you guys can kind of see all the detail. I have my tablet mounted like way up on the wall, kind of looking down at everything. And so I figure what I'm gonna do is got this little bee's nest. I'm gonna add a couple little bees to it, and figure we can hang out while we do it. Turn that off. Little chill day for a Saturday, so and make sure the audio's coming good. Testing. It's picking it up. It's not the best audio, but I'm gonna see if I can get like a external microphone to put on in here, like a wireless one or something. Which I like doing these lives a little bit more than I like doing the edited videos. So what I did do is I had this little, just cut little pieces of branch, and just gonna turn these into little bees to go into the bee's nest. So we're gonna add some honey to the bee here, or the bee's nest here. Probably put some on the bear. We'll see how it goes. And then I figured let's add a few little bees to it. Maybe one on it. See how it goes. These are real simple. I haven't done this in a while. But if you're doing bees nests or anything like that, it's kind of a little more of a comical thing, I guess. But these little bees just add that extra little touch, kind of finish the carving, if you will. So all I'm really going to use is a Dremel, probably a grinder, and then a couple little wood bits. It's going to make the head real small, real simple body, paint it, and then I got these little wood pucks to paint some wings on it. And so I guess we'll just start creating. might not pick it up that great. Let me see if I can get a little bit closer. It looks really weird now. And all I did was just take the Dremel on the grinder and wrap it around the, just give it a little bit. Let's see if it'll pick it up. Just a little bit ahead. Do some eyes up top there. And then the wings itself will actually, I guess, sit on the here, going this way, going this way. So all I'm doing is just giving it just enough detail. Like I said, I'm just adding a little bit more to the piece and doing something simple. Again, just kind of the same thing. Just a little bit. Yeah, light's really bright. Looks like a little peg right now. But we're just gonna add a little paint to it. And I cut 3 of them. I think 3 would be more than enough. I might add, like I said, 2 here and here. Maybe put 1 on his nose. Let's see how it goes. Is this camera angle okay? Excuse me. I have these little biscuits for joining stuff. Should have looked for those before I started this. Not like disappearing for a while. They were in my truck from a last project that I had, or delivery I had to do. But these are just little biscuits that you put like in between boards if you're joining them. And so all I'm going to do is take it and glue them on each side. Just like this. Just give a little B. We're gonna paint it black and yellow. And like I said, these are really simple. And what's up, Josh? How you doing, brother? How's Canada going? So yeah, like I said, I just figured I would do kind of a chill day today. I've had a decent little week this week. Over the last couple of days, it's really starting to pick back up and feel back to normal again. We're in a little bit of we're in our off season, but starting to come out of it now. So I've been kind of quiet on everything, all the social media stuff. Just kind of taking a little bit of a break. I've been taking a little time here and there, maybe leaving a little bit early some days, and just because once it starts, it won't stop until this time next year. So I've just been enjoying it, to be honest with you. So, but this is just a little piece. I roughed it out yesterday and worked on finishing it today, or this morning. It's just this really funky piece of cedar that I had. So, like I said, this was a little branch coming off. Let me see if I can get it closer. So it's like you're looking up at the bee's nest. I've been doing a couple of new things on my carvings, trying to move some stuff around, and I'm gonna add a little bit honey dripping from his mouth here, so I figured it'd be cool if it was a little bit open, kind of stick the tongue a little bit, and really just kind of take my time with it. And on the background, I did a really heavy burn. It was a pretty fresh piece of cedar, so I was kind of hoping maybe it'd help dry it out some. And then the brush process. So it's got a little bit of a contrast, but it's got a really cool texture feel to it. So I guess what we're gonna do is just do a little bit of hey, let's keep this down just a little bit. That's better. So it's gonna add a little black. A little black and yellow to this. Well, it's not warm, but it's not cold, if that makes any sense. The other day it was 73 degrees, and I forgot to bring some extra clothes from the house. And so it's not quite shorts weather here, but it's been beautiful. So we'll take it when we can get it, you know. I'm just gonna throw a little quick black on the heads of it and do these little stripes. Probably use like yellow ochre or something. Are you keeping the beard going, Josh? Or did you decide to let it go? See that? It looks so weird right now, but just trust the process. I was thinking too, I would give them like these little antennas. And the way I've done it before, I learned from my uncle, is take like a little piece of wire and pre-drill it so it comes out. I don't have any that's stiff enough to do that, but I do have some toothpicks. So I might just drill a little hole in the top here, just run a little toothpick out with the DAP glue. See what happens. So I really wasn't planning on doing a live stream at all. But I just finished up. You can kind of see this project back here. It's a 3 foot wide by 4 foot sign. I gotta do, I gotta fabricate some metal brackets to go around the corners, and I'll show you all it here shortly. And pretty cool little project. Sometimes I struggle in carving, like especially like that one back there. Is you know, you can't really do a lot of like deep carving, because what I did is use 1x6s on a piece of plywood and glue them together, and so I couldn't go too deep into it, but I wanted to have enough depth to it and not just kind of get lost or shallow, or so I've been, he's getting picked up next week, and I've just been like dabbling a little extra paint here and there, and been messing with it a lot lately. So I'm gonna grab some paint. I will be working on some carving videos again soon. Had a really cool conversation with a guy from Pennsylvania, I think is what he said. And it's cool how this little community is growing, and being able to show some things. I'd love to do more. I've been in the middle of trying to start and get locked down some really big projects with different carvings and getting into some furniture stuff. And that's going to be right around the corner. Been talking about it for a while. We kind of been planning on it for the last, goodness, 6-7 months. So I think I'm going to cheat a little bit on these. So I'm going to put a base of yellow down. And then once it dries pretty decent, I'm going to take some black and just put little strokes. Like I said, looks really weird, and these are really basic. I'm not trying to put a ton of detail into them, so just enough to just give the piece that little bit extra. It was calling for it, and I've been fighting it all morning. And you gotta listen to the piece sometimes, regardless of what it is. And so it came in my mind as I was finishing it, and I was like, you know, this is just trying to do something quick, just to add to the inventory. But as I got in the piece, I had the headphones in and put a little extra time into it, which I don't mind doing at all. I'd rather take my time, not stress about how long it takes me, but I'll have too much time into this little thing. So it's not an order or anything. It was just a little freestyle carve, which I hadn't had a lot of opportunities to do that as much. Plus, like I said, I've been sneaking away from the shop a little bit more than I usually do. So it's weird when I take a break from carving for a minute, and, you know, like in my head, I'm like, oh man, they're gonna suck. You know, it's not gonna be good. And it did. You know, it was amazing how fast I forgot so many little cuts that like when you're in the groove, it just seems to click and everything's a little smoother. How long is the beard, Josh? You kind of inspired me a little bit. I'm gonna grow mine out more. I've been keeping it kind of short. I've grown it out in the past, but I got the smallest beard here now, and my ego won't let me do that. So I gotta show these guys how to grow a beard. Justin's got a bigger beard than me. Vander, I guess Big T don't, but Nathan, he's got a bigger beard than I do. So I'm gonna show these guys how to grow a beard. You know. So as this dries, gonna go ahead and plug in my glue gun. And how I do the honey on the nest and everything is just hot glue. I think I've showed it before. But if you leave it plugged in way too long, it'll just kind of like ooze out everywhere, which was a happy accident, come to find out. But with the honey, it just leaves like a nice, really smooth kind of finish, and then we'll come back and just paint it with some yellow ochre, just to give that little bit of color. But I think so far, should I put one on the nose of it? Should I put 2 or 3 up here? Let me know what you think. I don't know if it being on the nose like that is going to be too much. Because it'll either work or it'll look awful. So definitely going to put. I'm really torn. I think there's a guy in Wears Valley, which is depending on traffic, 30 minutes to an hour from here. I think it's kind of like his thing. I think that's what he does. So. It's gonna drive me nuts a little bit. It's growing pretty good there, Josh. I don't even think mine's that long yet. I think I just got it trimmed up the other day. But I'm only a couple inches at most, you know. Let me see. I got this this tablet moved way up, hoping it would. You like the nose, Josh? We'll see how it goes. Is that too much? This is my this is my concentrating face. No, it's okay. Alright, so I guess while the glue's heating up, waiting on this little yellow to dry, stick them by the fire. So it's not super cold here, but it's cold enough where everything takes so long to dry up a little bit. I guess I'll kind of show you guys a couple things. I'll be right back though. So you can kind of see on this board back here, this one's actually going to a cabin in North Carolina. Kind of a similar style like we're going with the chisel work. The owner wanted a balloon on here, and I don't really know why, but I think it's for the fact for people to ask about a balloon. So I did a very vibrant gold balloon, and I added just a little bit of white highlights to it, which is not really picking it up. Excuse me. In the background, obviously, we did some mountains, and from a distance, it looks pretty decent. I really wanted it to have like depth, and it looks like from the camera it's picking it up pretty good. So, and I really wanted to do snow-capped mountain because I feel like it's like always done. At least I probably do that too much, but originally after I stained everything, it all just kind of blended in too much. So kind of darkened up a little bit the back mountains and a little more yellows and some greens to like, I feel like a weatherman. To like this section here, and then put a little bit of like a really watered down like a purple, and like I think I put a little bit of gray to kind of soften up the purple a little bit in the background, just to give that more of a, you know, we're the Smoky Mountains, so a little bit of smoke. So as they're drying, this is heating up. So, can we see it? So I drilled a little hole in the hive here for like the bees to come in and out of. So I'm just kind of filling that in. So yeah, it's definitely overflowing, which I kind of want that. I want it to drip and look like the honey's been in there and it's just kind of goop it out. And I'm not too concerned about this over here. This is hot glue, it's gonna come off. So we'll let like this section cool, and then I'll do like another layer on it. Stuck way better than I thought it was going to. Yeah, it's been a little quieter week. But really within the last couple of days, it's starting to pick back up and feel normal again. There's a weird balance with this glue, like doing too much and not enough. So I don't really have a method to it. Just kind of see what the piece tells me. What I might end up doing is put some on this gear over here. So if you let it dry a little bit, and then put another layer on it, it'll give it a little more action, I guess. Should be dry enough. Maybe. Like I said, I'm gonna cheat a little bit. I don't know if you see it. So just using a purple marker to get a little black lines. It'll be a little cleaner look. I appreciate you, Josh. Thanks for all the support, brother. So not a super exciting carving video, but like I said, I just figured I'd hop on here. I'm doing this stuff anyway, and might as well talk to some people while I'm doing it. So much love, bro, and I'll be seeing you again real soon. One down, two to go. What's going on, Glenn? Just working on some little bees right now. And so I don't really do these very often because honestly they're a little time consuming and but this piece was calling for it, and it's been a nice kind of chill day so far. We're in our off season a little bit right now. We're coming out of it almost, so I'm able to kind of take some more time with some pieces, and I roughed this one out yesterday and finished it today. So I already got like way too much time in it, but I'm okay with that. My original idea with it was just to make it something quick for sale and work on filling inventory for the season, because I don't really have. I got like 4 pieces out there for sale. So try to do some quick pieces. Cleaning up snow. Well, that ain't no good, man. How much snow did y'all get? I don't want to brag and bust, but we've had the weirdest February. 2 days ago, it was 73 degrees, which doesn't make any sense. And then they're calling for a little snow tonight. And so it's decent. It's in the 50s today, but it's going to drop down and cool off quite a bit tonight. So, but next week it's another day back in the 70s. Like, it's a really abnormal February, which I'll take it, to be honest with you, because I do not like the cold. I don't like anything about it. Everything hurts a little bit more. I don't get as motivated. $3 foot? No way, man. No, you can keep that there. We don't want any of that here. When I say we're getting snow tonight, it's like a dusting, probably. More up in the mountains than it is going to be down here. We're not going to get nothing. 3 foot. The whole town would shut down for a while if that happened here. Like I said, adding some bees to this, adding some honey. So the trick I use with this is leaving the hot glue gun plugged in for way too long, and it overheats the glue, and it just really causes it to kind of flood. I have my tablet up on the wall, screwed into the wall through the case. So when we get closer to being done with this, I'll unscrew it and kind of do a little walk around. But I'm gonna try to get this thing clear coated today. And then maybe we'll do like a little tour around the shop or something. But I was working on getting this stuff done anyway, and so I figured I'd hang out with you guys and have a conversation with other people besides myself. Minus 47. Is that even real life? Whew. I don't even know what minus 47 would oh man. No, I'd move. I couldn't handle it. I respect you, but I would, I definitely, I would be gone. I gotta have sunshine in my life, man. I'd say it was brutal. Is that normal for you guys? Or is that just kind of like a really big cold front coming in? Sounds very Canadian. Man, there's no way. No way. Let's see, I don't know. Well, I guess I can't really see it. Let me see if I can push this down again real quick. I just had a stick somewhere. Get ready for this awesome camera work. Okay, it's working. I think I'm just gonna hot glue these wings on. Should be good enough. And these are just biscuit joiners. Let's see if I can do it quick enough. And these are by far very basic, almost kind of cartoony style bees. I mean, these aren't anything super special. I'm not trying to get everything so we're just looking for just enough on these, just enough to add to the piece. Come back here and we'll paint these white. I haven't made these in a while. And honestly, it's just because to me they're so time consuming. Not really liking this one too much. But we're gonna make it work. I make a Grove and Saran wrap. A Groove and Saran wrap and run deep with yellow wood glue. Gotta make loads overnight. Next day, so I'll take 8 Oh, that's a good idea, man. I haven't done that with wood glue. I've done it with like silicone, doing different things, and then I might try that one day with the Saran wrap. You're still gonna make a video using a furring bit. Yeah, I have some plans. Maybe I could just show on here while we're doing this right now. I've kind of been really quiet in the background. It's a little bit of our off season, so I've just kind of been taking advantage of it a lot. Not a lot, but more than I usually do. We did a drive. We started a little car club down here called Hold Fast Drivers Club with a buddy of mine, and so we actually did a drive Monday. My dad came in from North Carolina and he brought his Miata. I bought a Mustang, and my buddy has a Corvette, and another buddy of ours had another car, and we did a couple 100 miles in the mountains, and it was just peaceful and beautiful. And you know, here in the next couple weeks, season's gonna kick back in with spring break, and not gonna really be able to break away as much. So I've been quiet on Facebook, I've been quiet on YouTube, and I've kind of just been working on some projects behind the scenes, just trying to get caught up on some stuff. But yeah, I'll do an in-depth thing. But maybe I'll just put a little piece of wood down here while we got you guys on here. All I'm going to do now, real quick though, I'm going to grab a couple toothpicks. And my drill bits. And give these guys just some little antennas. The way I've done the antennas in the past is to get like some sturdy wire. Not necessarily wire, more metal. They don't need to be that long. But I don't have any that's going to work, so we're going to adapt and overcome. And use these little toothpicks. You guys been carving anything cool lately? You got any cool projects gotten into? Alright, so that's good. Those aren't drill bits. Drill bits. before I started this video, I tried to make sure I was a little more prepared than I usually am. Never fails. I always forget something. Well, minus 47, dude. I wouldn't even. I wouldn't leave the house. I would just. I wouldn't be doing much of anything either. Trying to get these as symmetrical as I can. Ice fishing. How did that come out? We don't get nothing like that here. I've never been. And honestly, usually my only chance to break away is about this time of year. And a couple times I went to Boston one year, and that was cold enough for me, man. I said I'm never going back up north in the winter on vacation. Found my way down south. You could probably do this with some super glue. I don't have any. So I guess the whole theme of this piece would be a little adapting and overcoming, which that's pretty much every carving anyway. Like I said, there's a reason I don't do this too often. I got however much time you've been on here and these little bees, and I kind of prepped them a little bit. I just took the bark off of them and set them on the wood stove for a little bit, just to kind of help dry them out some. I will say this is some of the best wood glue I've ever seen in my life. This stuff is sticking to everything. And I'm just adding a little a little dab of glue to the tips there. We'll paint those yellow. Like I said, these aren't anything too fancy. They are a good little kind of rainy day project. You can make a bunch of them and just have them sit here. Then we're just gonna add a little bit of the white to the wings. Did you catch anything when you were fishing at least? I want you to take a while. I thought you were really close. Andrew Bean, you're more than welcome anytime, man. I'm usually here Monday through Saturday. Sometime Mondays I take a little half a supply run day, kind of bebop, kind of a chill day for myself. But my phone number and all that's on the Facebook page, so you're more welcome to call or text me. And if you're around this way, just give me a heads up and I'll make sure I'm here for you. But I'd love to meet you. That'd be awesome. Do you like to see a super glue that comes with spray? So on super fast set, and just spray the drawing. Yeah, I've seen a bunch of people use that. You know, I'm so old school with a lot of things. You know, when I started carving, there wasn't a lot of anything available, and so really, I'm gonna move this camera again. Hold on. That's crazy. So really, when I started, like I said, there wasn't a whole lot of nothing. Not a lot of bits, not a lot of tools. I mean, there was some carving supplies, but nothing close. Amazon wasn't even a thing yet. And so there's so many products and stuff that I've never even tested or tried. And I guess with carving, you know, you kind of get used to using the same stuff all the time. Now I'll dabble in like different things, but you kind of find what works for you, and then, I mean, for me personally, I kind of just stick with it for a little while. But I have been seeing, I think Big T uses that super glue with the accelerator, and it seems to hold really well. And so probably something I should have in the arsenal here, just for like some quick stuff, even if it's like a little repair or something falls off. It seems to hold pretty good. I just use a lot of Angry Monkey, some of that Gorilla Glue. It works. It makes a mess, and that's what's all over my hands. I was gluing these boards together, and stupid me, the glue started to come out, and I'm like spreading it like normal wood glue with my bare hands, and then got covered with some of that Gorilla Glue. And so I had black hands for a while. It's finally starting to come off a little bit, but yeah. So we're using ground alcohol on the spray balls and so yeah, I don't know anything about the super glues, so but I know Big T uses them. I don't have any experience with it myself. I bought this hot glue gun on Amazon like 4 years ago. The thing's broken, barely works, but it gets hot enough, and I just make it work. So, oh, what's up, Case? Andrew? Oh yeah. I just tried to reach out to him actually yesterday. I guess he's in Washington or whatever. But yeah, dude, more than welcome to come anytime, brother. He was telling me a little bit about you and said you got into carving recently. So I'd love to meet you and show you a couple things and hang out and do some carving, man. So, yeah, that Gorilla Glue is Man, it holds whenever it's touching. If but I have a bad habit of like paint stains. I don't wear gloves or nothing, man. I'll spread it all over me. Um, I'll keep it. I don't know. I get in the moment and I just start working with my hands, and I tell everybody, like, I work like a tornado, and I think some people believe me, but I mean, a lot of times I'm not throwing stuff, but man, you'd have thought 4 people were here working with how messy I get sometimes. And then I'll pick it up, I'll put everything away, and start back up the next day. Some days I don't do so good with putting stuff away, but if I'm mid-project, then I'll just leave it going. Let me see, I have some white. You know what, I might not even paint these white. It might just be good enough. I'm gonna grab some paint outside real quick. I got the door halfway closed, just to try to keep some of the road traffic noise down. Like I said, I wasn't really planning on doing a live stream. Usually at the end of the day I'll throw it on here because it's quiet and we don't have a lot of traffic and all that stuff in the background. So I'll work on getting a better microphone. I know it's a little, I got my headphones here. It's not as crisp as it could be. This paint, I get these little sample jars from Lowe's, and they used to be like pre-mixed white, and then they would just add the color. So I bought one just because I'll use it on the eyes and like little, obviously it's white paint, so I use a little bit of everything. But it's like this this clear gel substance now, and I had barely any white, so I threw the last little bit in here, hoping it would mix together okay, and it's not great. But we're gonna make it work. I'll stop at Lowe's tomorrow and get some mixed stuff. But it might be cool for this because it's like just enough. Just enough. And I've said this probably a few times since being on here. These aren't my favorite things to do by far. But like I said, I figured it'd be a good little just chatting with you guys and seeing what's up. I was watching Jordy last night do some stuff as I was going to bed, and I guess that's probably we'll put the idea in my head. Like I said, I've just been a little quiet in the background, doing a bunch of stuff and trying to get caught up on some orders. It can get overwhelming very quickly, so that's my biggest goal for this year, is to keep everything pretty well managed. And we got good people here, so God's opening up doors for us here, and we're gonna continue to ride on. We got some cool stuff probably in the works with some companies here, and we'll see what comes from it. But my biggest thing was last year. I spent most of the year just running around and having all these meetings and blah 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 blah. And I got so burnt out of that. And you know, I am a business owner, but I'm an artist too. You know, and the art is where I escape from reality and, you know, meditate and get to create. And some days I don't get to do that because it's a lot of politicking, you know, just kissing hands and shaking babies. But days like this, super chill. It's a nice day. So I'm just gonna enjoy this. What kind of fish you guys got up there, Glenn? I'm not I like fishing. Man, I never catch nothing. I don't catch nothing. I have a buddy of mine that lives in Knoxville, and he's a sponsored bass fisherman, and you know, he was bragging to me. He was like, I know where all the spots are. It's where we won all these tournaments, and you know, he's big time in it. And so we spent the day out over the Tennessee River, hitting a couple spots, man. 14 hours, ain't nothing. He's like, I don't know what happened. This never happened to me before. And I said, dude, I just have no luck fishing, I promise you. And so we never went fishing again. So that was probably a few or so years ago at least. But it was a good time. I don't get the opportunity to break away very often, so it was nice to hang out with him. I've known him a while, so. I got stuck in a gnome hole now. I'm sitting there. I made Man, sometimes like you come up with I know the feeling. You get on a project, you do something new, and you start getting into it, doing all this stuff, and then it starts taking off, which is amazing. You're selling pieces, you know, it's buying more materials, it's doing this, it's doing that. Man, sometimes it's like, sometimes I get sick of doing bears. I've done tens of thousands of them over the last 15 years or so, you know. So I try to switch it up and do different things and get into different things. And I like to take little breaks and stuff. But I know the feeling, man. I know the feeling. We do a lot of bears here. I have two pieces in particular I've been wanting to make over the last 5 years. And I think I'm going to do it this year. But it's like, alright, as soon as I get enough bears out, because I've never had enough bears out. You know, they would come and go, come in waves. And they would go from like 0 to 100. And then Justin joined me. And that took a little stress off. And then now we got Justin, Big T, Vander, Nathan. Just a good group of guys here. So, you know, it's a blessing because we all get to learn from each other and bounce ideas off each other and get motivated, and but it also personally allows me to kind of dabble in some other stuff. I don't have to worry about small stuff or, you know, like stump bears. I guess stump bears would be like your gnome holes right now. I just you know, they're okay. you can only get so creative with stump bears, but you know, those are the quick sales. Those get the ice broken and you know, you can always sell a stump bear, no problem. Like I said, Vander joined me not too long ago. He's got a really artistic eye and really inspiring. So I think out of this piece was kind of inspired from him. I've never really made. I've done bears with beehives, but I've never done one like this. And I've been moving the heads around a little bit, moving the muzzles around, just trying to keep it fresh. You know. Got some big projects. I know I keep saying that. They're getting ready to start real soon. But in the meantime, you know, it's trying to balance out that, just taking a little personal time to hang out with some friends and my dad. Work on getting some inventory out because once kids start going back to or are out on spring break, then it's wide open here. I don't think I'm gonna do too much more to this. I have like a whole day in this piece. So, yeah, a little bit of black. Think I should put a bee on the nose? Let me move this closer. I think it might be too much. Should we do one up here? Like this. And put two more up on here? Or should we just do like 3 of them? This one, it might be a little big. Sorry. I had a customer walking up, didn't even know it. What do y'all think? There's definitely gonna be a couple on here. I don't know. I don't know if putting it on the face there is like taking it too much or not. Yeah, I'm right there too. I think if it was on the bear, it'd be too much. especially on the face, because that's, I mean, that's like the focal point. Maybe we could put it like right here or something. Yeah, let's do that. We'll put it like right here, and then put the other two on here. And I think there's a guy here locally that it's kind of his little thing, so. I don't want to take away from his stuff at all. Let's do that. I feel way better about doing that. So I guess we can use these for little dowels. And then we'll just put one next to the next to the and one right here, and then the other one up here or something. Yeah, you're right, Glenn. You're right. Sometimes my ideas are good, and sometimes they're not. And I honestly don't know if these little toothpicks are gonna really hold his dowels, but I don't really have any small nails, and I don't have my nail guns over at the warehouse, so I would probably normally just run a nail gun through it and call it a day. I'll get these put on real quick, Glenn, and then I'll grab the little fur bit and I'll kind of tilt it down. I'll just take just a random piece of wood and just kind of show you how I do it real quick. Let's put one here. Let's put him up top. Yeah, I can see that, the skewers. Like I said, this was such a last minute thing. I didn't really plan anything great for it. But the skewers would probably be awesome because they're just thick enough. These toothpicks, I don't think they're gonna work, but I think it'd be just enough to support it, and then add some glue and stuff on it. Let's see. Where the scissors go? I'll be honest with you, it worked a little better than I thought it was. So. This would be a good time to have that super glue. I've just made this a huge mess. Probably gonna invest in some super glue really quick, or really soon. I'm just giving the wings a little bit of a just a little. Probably more leaf-like than anything else. That's pretty much it. I mean, that's the whole idea, concept behind it. I think that little dude there was where it needed to go. So I'm gonna let this dry a little bit. Are you still on here, Glenn? Let me know if you are, and I'll grab that fur bit real quick and show you. Cool. I'm gonna stick this next to the wood burner real fast. Because it's not super cold, but it's just cold enough for everything's gonna take a little longer to dry. Grab this little guy real quick. It's one I roughed out a while back. And I have this weird thing, like if I rough them out, I gotta finish them that same day. Because if not, they'll just hang out. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rough outs that are just waiting on me. So, this is that router bit, right? And they typically come with that bearing on the edge. And I don't know the cut for it. I guess it'd be like a 1/4 round or something like that. Let's see if I can get closer to the camera. I'll be right back. How's it going? Good. All right. Do you remember me? Where that's from? I filmed my brother. And I said, is that mother guy with you? Or was it just your brother? It was just me. Okay. time you're around, let me know. Good to see you, man. All right, it's all right. I had a guy that was from Nigeria. He stopped in, I guess about a year ago, and just moved to Knoxville up the road. So he wanted to come and say hi, and we were talking for a while when he was here. And, cool experience. Cool experience. Anyway, let's go back to this fur-ring bit. So just a standard router bit. They have this little Allen screw on top. You take that off, and there's usually like a little lip on the top here. If you just take like a normal grinder, kind of knock that down a little bit. And really what I'm cutting is I'm using this is the tips of the bit. So I just have these roto zips. They come with two different size. I don't know what you call them. Inside here, the lock washers or nuts, whatever they are in there. I think they have a 1/4 inch and an 1/8 inch, and then these are the 1/4 inch shafts. So you just switch those out, put it in. And when I'm cutting, I'm holding it at an angle, and you'll have to mess with it quite a bit, and you'll figure out. It's kind of like the same thing with any tool. Just learning where to hold it, where to shift it to get the different lines. I used to do these longer lines, and the problem I found with those, it would look like one solid line the whole way up. So I've been doing these just short little lines on top of each other, just to give it a little more layered effect and not so long and straight, I guess. And when I'm doing it, I'm kind of, like I said, moving it up, and with every tool that I'm using, I'm like kind of using my whole body. It is a little sketchy sometimes. You can put yourself in a weird spot, and it will kick, and it'll take some meat off. So just be careful. I've been using it. My dad came up with it over 15 years ago, and been using it ever since. And so they have different bits. I think that's like a dovetail bit. This one's good for like fine lines. I'll use that around the face a lot. And then this, I've just been trying different things. My teardrop bit, I guess is what it's called, disappeared in the sawdust somewhere, and I have this really replacement crappy Dremel. It's the cheap one. I only use it really for the nose and like around little things, but I don't have any power. I've bought 10 Dremels probably over the last 5 years, and I honestly don't really abuse them that much, but they just don't last. So I've had this one like 6 months now. It just keeps going. It was giving me a little trouble the other day, and I was like, finally, because then I just use that excuse to go buy another one. But right now it's working. Doesn't work great. It doesn't like a lot of pressure, but it's okay. All that for no other reason than my ADD kicking in. But these are the RotoZip. I'm hoping this will probably pick up some. Let me try to. Let's do this. I'm gonna paint it just to give it a little contrast. Maybe it'll pick up a little bit better at this distance. Yeah, the Dremels, I don't know. I think they just, I don't know if the last few ones I bought were built like Friday afternoon and they were just trying to get out of there, but I mean, the one I got, I don't know, maybe 6 months, 5 months out of it. It was their most expensive one, because I used to buy, I bought them all. So I just found it easier to, I think I bought that one, it was like $40 or something. I was in a pinch, needing to get the project done. It's the only one they had, so I just said I'll make it work. So, yeah, fur bit. I'll hold it at a little bit of an angle. You can hold it straight like this, and you'll see once you use it the different angles. So towards the tip of the bit, it'll leave a finer line. Towards the back side of the bit, it'll leave a fatter line. And at the same time, it's doing these two lines. And so some are a little deeper, some are a little more shallow. And that's what kind of gives it more of a cool kind of layered effect. So let me know if this, trying to see, try on this side. It didn't pick that up at all. Let's see. I'll move it up closer to here real quick. So I guess following that would be like my fur patterns. A lot of artists have a lot of different styles of this. I think you're able to have a lot of freedom with fur patterns. I know some guys go really cool, like whimsical patterns. Some are a little more shallow and some are very, you have that center line that pretty much follows the top of the head all the way down to the tail, right? And I used to do like this Christmas tree effect. So on the back side, it would be just hard lines all the way down and down. Over the years, I've softened that up quite a bit. And so I'll flow it out. And by doing those short lines and twisting it, you can kind of layer it. I heard this from my uncle a long time ago. He's a great carver. But like their hair, it's kind of like the hair on your arms, right? So nothing's like straight down. If you look at the hair on your arms, kind of goes down and around, right? So I'll kind of do that just to give it a little bit of, let's see. So I did add a little burn to it for a little bit of contrast. I don't know if that's picking up good enough. But you can see where I started dragging that out on this side and then dragging it down on this side. So not a dramatic hard lines anywhere. I do more blending in. So that way it's a little more natural. And once I take this down, like I said, we'll go do a little quick tour around the shop and I'll show you kind of a finished product. Yeah, I got a couple finished pieces up there that we'll show you how to do it. So I hope that helps. I hope that yeah, so both cutting surfaces at the same time, not holding it flat this way and not holding it like this. It's like almost like a 45, give or take. If you do more closer to the tip there, like I said, it's gonna leave that finer line, and then the backside will leave fatter. And it's just slow motions, and I probably went really fast. It's out of habit, but with any tool that I'm using, whether chainsaw, grinders, Dremels, whatever bit it is, you'll see me a lot of times. I'll move with it. So I'm using my body with it. I'm not just being really robotic. Okay, it's back on. Okay, just want to make sure it's still good. Even with the chainsaw, this is where that really came from. So when I'm using my body, you're allowing for more smoother motions of everything, even with the chainsaw. I mean, that's the biggest thing. I'm not going out here and just doing this because that leaves hard, flat cuts. By rolling with it and being with the tool, you'll see me dip, dive, duck, dodge, and dip. It allows for a more natural flow. And by doing that with the chainsaw, I carried over into the other tools. So I'm never really just doing this, right? Just hard lines. You'll see me. I'll bend with it. I'll go with it and bring it up, and that way everything's just nice and flowy. The biggest thing you'll notice is on the chainsaw. A lot of my cuts, those first 3 cuts, are the hardest cuts, just hard lines, just to get it there. And then after that, I'm chiseling and I'm grinding and I'm whittling and dancing with it, you know. So I do that with the fur a lot because you can come in from up here and then work your way up and just give these nice smooth cuts. So I hope that helps. Let me see if I can take that down. Yeah. I'm not a great dancer, I'll tell you that, but if I'm really into a piece out there, I'll be bebopping, carving, cutting, having the time of my life. So, this piece is going to be, I'm going to call it done, minus maybe a couple little touch-ups, and then I'll put a clear coat on top of that. This is an order waiting to get picked up, and then this has just been waiting for me to get it done. So let's take a trip around the shop. We're gonna get real close here for a second, so don't mind. I don't have a fancy stand for any of this, so I don't know if it'll show. Maybe. Anyway, on this tablet, I just drilled a hole in the case, and then I just screwed it up to the board there. Let's see. Alrighty. So, can I switch this around? Yeah. There we go. Still waiting to get some gravel put in here, but this will be the different carving areas for everybody. These will be all cleaned up. I did bring some pieces out by the road with the sunshine, and then brought some more pieces out here. Let's see. So with that fur pattern, hopefully it'll pick it up decent enough. This is a little quick bear. But you see where that line, if you drew a hard line, it would start here, go back, and go down to the tail. But what I'm doing is I'm just bringing it down and around. So it still has that natural flow, but like I said, it's not so Christmas tree. And then this is the shop here. We got some people walking up, so you guys can join me while I talk to these people, I guess. What are you doing?
Big monkey.
What are you doing? Whose car is that? Oh. How are you? Good.
It's that red polo. That's my friend.
What's up, bud?
He was at Top Golf.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's awesome.
That's cool though.
Nice. What's up, man?
We haven't done that.
What are you guys out doing today?
I'm going to go thrift shopping and going to antique store. There's got some nice Joker
That one's cool.
and
You got my clothes?
and the white on the back next to it.
That's really cool. Yeah.
What is that?
How you call it, man?
No way.
It's not saying much, so. How's it going? Doing alright?
Good.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Yeah. So you're all out thrifting today.
Yeah, seeing what we could get into.
That's fun to do.
Yeah. I was telling them, man, you never know what the, and then, like my youngest, he was like, what is this? And it was a rotary phone. He was like, how does it work?
It's a humbling moment, right?
Yeah, they don't get to see stuff like that.
That's really cool. That's really cool.
There's a little horse head that looks like a dog. Oh
Horse
yeah,
head.
you sold that.
That was a long time ago. They're not all winners, you know. Sometimes they come in a little rough.
Whose cat is that?
It's a shop cat.
The shop cat.
Yeah. His name's Dusty.
So he's your cat, but
Yeah, he showed up like 7 months ago. Started feeding him, and then now he just hangs out.
I like the
Yeah.
Big old head.
He's as friendly as could be.
Good gosh.
Yeah.
Freaking soft.
He's gained like probably 20-ish pounds since he's been here.
Oh,
Yeah, he was skin and bone when he showed up.
good job.
I like the bear that
Look like a gray tiger.
Which one is
With
it?
a tail.
I like the bear that
Gray tiger with a tail.
Oh yeah, my buddy Ben. So just going in here.
Uncle Cousin Papa.
We got a good little group of us coming now. Yeah.
Where's Cat Shake That Oh, I know you. Goofy.
Big fencing up.
You got any hoodies that aren't carried by paper right now? Medium. Small. Well, if I have to, I'll buy one. Just the same. You've been working on this for the longest time.
And I help too. I help too.
Kid?
Family.
Okay, well, yeah, but I want to buy the shell. I want to like buy it.
That's what my brother's like.
I want to get a two side. S? X? Bruh. Speaking of the I like the Eagle.
Not
If I
bad.
do find that card machine. You streaming?
Yeah.
You stream?
You say hi to everybody?
You on Twitch? It was good Twitch.
No, I'm not Twitch.
It was good stream.
When YouTube. Working on this bear. Here, jump. You can take it up.
I won't. Well, Mama don't know. She won't hurt her. Alright, so real quick, I'm gonna need you to go to fatbob.com or something. Like, Fat Bob's wood shops. But you're gonna have to get this, bro. It's the great quality. Everything, bro, is W. Fat Bob, I'll plug your YouTube.
Plug my YouTube on YouTube.
You want everybody to know it's my birthday party. You want to be cooking out the
Oh, did I? Next time that you come and actually tell me sign in person.
Good to see you. Take care.
Alright, so that was my nephew. I hope he didn't say anything bad. But I appreciate y'all hanging out. And I guess I'll show you a little bit while you guys are on here. Been on here 2 hours. Holy cow. So, kind of filling in. This is all Vander stuff here. He's been cranking them out lately. Like I said, he's got a really cool, really artsy eye to everything. We got Justin's pieces over here, and I had all these pieces in here, so the gallery looked really full. And like I said, I just recently brought them out over the last couple days, and working on getting this place fixed up. We're gonna hopefully do some expanding and some redesigning and all this other stuff. So we got some big plans coming, or big plans in the works, and we'll see what God provides. You know, as of right now, everything's awesome. We've been blessed with some beautiful days. It's been a really creative, fun day, and I've been talking for 2 hours straight. So I'm gonna hop off here, but I love you guys. I really appreciate you guys, and it's been cool. Let me see. Let me make sure I didn't miss any comments. What's up, Zero Day? That's cool, from Russia. All right, we're making it worldwide. So, thanks for hanging out, Glenn. Hopefully that little bit right there, with the bit, no pun intended, kind of helps you out some. The more you use it, like anything else, man, you'll figure it out pretty quick. Just have fun with it. And you might love it, you might hate it. It's just what I like. And gives just enough detail to it. Just a real finer detail. On the bigger pieces especially, it shows a lot more detail with those. And so they make different sizes and different ones. And you can go and test. If you find one that works better, let me know. But like I said, I appreciate you guys hanging out. We got a parking lot full of people now. So we got couple people pulling up right now, but I love y'all. God bless. Thank you for joining me on this journey of changing the world one piece at a time. I love these interactions. It fires me up and inspires me, and you guys inspire me, and I just appreciate the support, and hope y'all have a great weekend. And my buddy's an Eagles fan, so I guess we're pulling for the Eagles tomorrow. So if y'all watch the Super Bowl, go Eagles. Doesn't sound good, but we're going to roll with it. Love y'all. God bless. I'll talk to you soon.